Greetings, folks. It is me, Gigglem. It's time to start the next Let's Play. We're going to be playing Lemmings for the Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis. This Let's Play is the next one in particular due to the fact that Lemmings is turning 30 years old. That's right, the series is just as old as a certain blue blur, but only older by a few months. I decided to do this one because, well, I figured it was only fitting considering that my channel used to upload Lemmings videos and such, and considering that I decided to do a holiday Lemmings Let's Play out of a bit of a impromptu project. Now, on February 14, 1991, this game released on the Commodore Amiga, yes, on Valentine's Day. So in case you felt lonely, instead celebrate it as the birthday of all things Lemmings and such. As such, we have this version of the game following its many other ports of the game as well. Like, there are so many ports of this game that they aren't even funny. I might cover another port at a later point, but for this one I am covering the Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis versions of the game in particular. Now, one thing I should also point out. Hold select, then press start, and you get to the pad settings. This will allow you to access the pads and stuff like that, allowing you to just figure out the controls and such. Like, as you can see, like, I can change the icon by pressing Y or X. I don't know exactly what special does, but like I do an action by pressing A and such. I press L and R to scroll the screen and such. That's pretty much about it. You can also access the sound test from this menu by doing this. Like you can see many of the songs here, but well, let's go back to the menu. Here is the level preview screen. However, unlike most versions, certain versions do not have a level preview above all these details right here. For example, the Commodore Amiga versions, along with several other computer versions of the game, do have a level preview. So you're able to see the level preview right above all the details and such. But since we're playing the Super Nintendo version, I can definitely not see the level before time and such. The one thing I want to figure out how to do is how I can actually just select levels through ratings and such, but that's besides the point. Let's begin the level. Just dig. This one's a pretty simple one. We can't possibly fail on it either. So by pressing L and such, you can already tell that I'm going to be missing mouse controls and such, but by pressing A on the controller, you can assign a skill. Diggers are one of four destructive skills within the game, and for a good reason why. Diggers go straight downwards, regardless. And already, we beat the level. So there you go, 100%. Don't be surprised if I tried to go for as much as possible in terms of saving Lemmings, but yeah. Anyways, access code, it shows us the access code for the next level and such, but I think you can skip that. Anyways, only floaters can survive this. This shows that these Lemmings cannot survive fatal falls. As you can see, this here is a fatal fall, and if I didn't assign a floater, the Lemming will go kersplat. Yeah, it's kind of. I don't think I have an upright. I can only move in 4 cardinal directions and stuff like that. But in this game, we don't really need that. Anyways, let's assign some floaters. This will allow Lemmings to have permanent skills attached to them. Permanent skills are basically have a presence where Lemming will be able to get past certain barriers, such as either a fatal fall or a wall. And believe me, these are just some great some great examples of tutorial levels and such. Because the fun levels knew what to do. It didn't try to have like a lot of nothing going on with no thought or something like that. Anyways, that's another level clear. So let's move on to level 3, Taylormade for blockers. Now, there are many ways to solve this level. So let us save the most. We are going to be assigning 3 blockers. Let me see. Oh yeah, B speeds up my cursor. Okay. Yeah, in this version of the game, I can just hold B and I can have like a very fast cursor and have the screen scroll really fast. Fortunately, Lemmings can survive this next fall. So, yeah. So by holding B, it's like holding the run button in, the run button in Pokemon games from generations 1 through 7. There's no running shoes in Generation 8, you just run by default. However, sadly, I don't think there's any sort of input for raising the release rate, at least none that I know of. And I tried, like, I'm not sure if I could actually use my SNES Switch controller. Like, the one I have on my hand, this thing I use for playing Switch version of Crash Team Racing and such. I'm not sure if I can actually hook it up to SNES 9X and have the program recognize it. So I'm just using a PlayStation controller just for close enough. Now, when you have no way of ending the level willingly, just nuke him. That's always satisfying. But you can just probably end the level with just pressing start select or something. Anyway, that's level 3 clear. And we're now moving on to now use miners and climbers. Now you may notice this level requires you to actually save 100%. You can't just save one and just nuke the rest. You actually have to save everything else. Miners go in a diagonal direction when destroying terrain. They're basically the inverse of a builder. And climbers allow you to ascend walls, such as this one. And we're just going to start assigning, there we go, assigning climbers. Oh, how I'm going to miss Neolemmings' like, responsiveness to certain things. But, yeah, level solved. The one thing I do like is how these levels have additional details with them that really add, like, an artistic flair to it. Because there's nothing wrong with being artsy with your level. Like, sometimes you just do it after you're done with the main level and just start decorating like heck. But yeah, level solved. Now, let me see. What other skills we're going through? We're going to level 5. You need bashers this time. And rightfully so. Now this level does exist in the Sega Genesis version, it's just got a bit of a different layout. And by different layout, I mean, what's old B? There's no, like, this thing just has, like, has this applied to it. Anyway, let's go back over here. And I'm gonna be real here, this is my favorite version of the Swans theme. I mean, I've grown into the other versions of the Swans theme, and in fact, if there's one version that I think is painfully underrated, the Atari ST version of the Swans theme of all things. It sounds like it's in space. Oh, great, I said space. Well, I guess I had to put in the clip. It sounds like it's in space! Anyway. Now, the best thing you want to do if you want to use the least amount of bashers is to bash at the bottom. Now, I don't think these bashers are as clean as the Neolemmings versions or something like that, so expect some oddities. But hey, now you could just like bash a lot through this. They gave you 50 bashers, which is way more than you actually need. And yeah. Anyways, level solved. Let's just crank up that release rate to 99. And now we have our famous Lemmings just going out and about. going along their day, and yeah. I am going to need this B button to help with things later. But oh my goodness. Another thing I could do, I can scroll my cursor to the minimap and press A, and it'll bring me that to point of the map. This is something that is very easy to do and such, but whatever. Anyways, on to the next level. Which is level 6, a task for blockers and bombers. Now, there's one thing that I will never miss about traditional Lemmings is timed bombers. Now, in Neo-Lemmings, they're instant. Because of how instant they are, it makes them way more versatile. In this game, you have blockers in this level, which will allow you to try them without any error and such. But in this game, yeah, you have to, there are going to be levels where you actually have to time these things, which means that's going to be your biggest source of error. It's possible to beat this level without using a single blocker and such. There is a repeat of this level that requires that, which is called Diet Lemonade. And we'll get to that level when we get to the tricky rink. Aside from that, level solved. The one thing I do like about these levels, like in the original Lemmings, is how they added decorative terrain to the to the parts that you're not going to interact with. So it's more just like admiring some of the artsy direction they take with it. And by the way, before we end this level, that torch is a hazard. Yeah, you do not want your Lemmings getting toasted by that. So, level solved. So, let's move on to level 6, which is Builders will help you here. One of the most useful skills in the entire game, and one of the most prevalent skills in this game. Builders will help you here basically teaches you the use of builders. Builders build a stack of 12 steps. They're almost done with their step when they reach step number 9, and you hear 3 clicks after that. So let's start right here, which is a good way of getting up there. Now, another use for the builder is to just make sure no lemmings get down here, but if lemmings do get down here, you just do like a spiral staircase out of that narrow pit. But now, lemmings are going across this pit. Let's just assign 3 builders right there, so that way this guy has a bit more time to build over this crevice. Let's I think he should have enough time so no lemmings can fall down there. This should save more time. There will be a repeat of this level called Postcard from Lemming Land, which is probably one of the more popular levels from the Tricky Rink. Let's look at that decorative terrain. Look at that. Hold B and scroll all the way to the right, and look at that and such. It's just, I really like seeing stuff like this. It's just something that always amazed me when I was a kid. Just playing this game on DOS and such. Yeah, I do remember playing this on like a Windows 95 computer. It wasn't the Windows 95 version, it was the DOS version, and it's why I know of levels like Shadow of the Beast and how they mystified me and how I was so entranced by their design. But yeah, that's level 7. I believe the next level is basically we're on our own with the game because these are some fairly easy levels. The next level should be not as complicated as it looks. Now this level gives you a lot of things to do. Easiest level ever. You just need to assign 1 blocker. But sometimes the challenge is more about trying to save more than the game would intend you. This allows having more entropy in the levels and allowing lots of replay value. Also, the one thing I like about this level, look at all this decorative terrain. They really didn't have to put any of this here. In fact, I think there's more in the Amiga version. But, yeah. So, let's say 100%. There's, how much is that doggy in the window? This is probably one of the more one of the least popular songs I mean, I like it more than others, but the reason why I'll be sending one guy forward is so that way I can save the crowd. I am not used to these controls. I'm gonna be real here. Now you want to make sure to highlight the miner. There we go. Now 100% saved. I have to remember to press the right input, but yeah. Like when you're a beginner playing this game, what you're probably gonna do is just assign a blocker, and then just crank the release rate to 99. In fact, this game is lagging because of how many lemmings it's loading. It's kind of got the same issues as the Amiga version. I don't think the DOS version have these issues. I think the DOS version can handle 100 lemmings and it doesn't even lag a single bit. But yeah, that is level solved. I think we can fit in 2 more levels before calling it apart. But yeah, that is it for level 8. Let's move on to level 9, which is As Long As You Try Your Best. Now this level can be a bit of a sneaky one. As you can see, you have a 99 release rate and you have a fire obstacle right here, a fire hazard. This thing will just tear your lemmings apart. So here's what you do. Like, here's one of my methods for approaching this level. Immediately assign a floater at the start and like highlight the basher. Then you want to bash through the terrain. There. Now you want to make sure that everyone who is going to the left has finished going to the left, and you want to assign. I can't assign a digger. It's just that. Okay, I have to make sure there we go. Nice. I think I saved 100%, just barely. And I guess the mechanics aren't as clean as the other versions and such. And, but yeah. That could be a sneaky level. I mean, it's easier to do that on other versions of the game and such. But yeah, let us move on to the next level, which will be the last level for today. A Smile If You Love Lemmings. Now, this level can be a tricky one for first-time players because you do have a splat fall and such, and you have to make sure your lemmings can get down safely. There are many ways to do this level. In fact, if you want to just screw around with the decorative terrain, you can. But what I'm gonna do is make a safe fall and such. Now, I keep forgetting that you have to use the face buttons just to switch skills instead of the shoulder buttons, because the shoulder buttons are used to scroll the level. Anyways, now if I can align myself correctly, assign a floater mid-fall. Now you can assign a floater at any point in the fall. You can assign it at the very last moment and the lemming would still be safe. This is a very commonly used trick, and one of the easiest tricks to pull off in the game, and especially in Neolemmix. Anyways, I'm going to actually assign him a digger first. Now I'm going to assign him a miner. Now I have a feeling he's probably going to potentially end up mining into a bottomless pit. Oh, that's too high. Let's fix that. Anyways, I think the lemming should be safe. Yep, there we go. Now, again, we got a miner to terrain. We got a miner terrain that's not being interactive with and such. I mean, I love this kind of stuff in the game and such. But wow, first part we already have an outtake in terms of mistakes. But hey, it's only one part, it's only one outtake, so yeah. Anyways, if you want to donate to help me out, you are free to donate in the links down below. If you want to follow up with the series, I hope you consider clicking that subscribe button and slap that bell so you can be notified when the next part goes up. But you don't have to if you don't want to. Anyways, next time we'll be taking care of 10 more levels in the fun rink, and with that, I shall bid you adieu. Let's just crank that release rate all the way to 99. However, I think he did not exactly make it a well. So okay, immediately dig. Oh, that's bad. Ah, shoot. I forget what you had to do. There we go. There is the failure theme.